Hello everybody and welcome to Steelbook Obsessed. My name is Jake and today I'm on a mission, folks. Okay, I am on a mission to put away as many movies as I possibly can because this stack behind me right here, oh my god, is it getting way too big. I think my goal of today's video is going to be putting away every single Steelbook in this sucker. So the first goal we have is to make sure we pull all the Steelbooks out of here and see how many we have. Let's do that now because I'm very intrigued on it. And here's a better shot of the stack. I've had to go 4 rows deep on this sucker. Very not happy about that. Going to change that now, but I see some Steelbooks on the very bottom right here. I know that there's some in the back. Let's start pulling. I see the fall guy right here. It's the first one to pull. Let's make a stack, folks. So, after doing all of the Steelbooks separating, here is the stack that I have to lay before you. There are 42 Steelbooks that I have to put away. Dear Lord, that is a lot. We look over at the stack, it definitely looks a lot shorter, thank goodness, from 4 stacks to 3. But let's start putting some of these Steelbooks away, and let's start by putting away this banger. To make this journey as entertaining for you as I possibly can and still be very good for me to actually organize, I'm going to show off every Steelbook that I have opened already. So here's the front and back of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. I will also show off my letterboxd reviews for the movies that I've seen as well. I've seen this one, had a fun enough time with it when I watched it at the drive-in. I love the disc artwork on this sucker so much. But let's close this up. Put the J card on it so it does not scratch, and I have a couple Godzilla films up here. I have Godzilla x Kong right here. So Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire is going to go right above it. There's some Godzillas, and there's the Roman Emmerich one that I probably won't watch yet. It's in the collection. There it is. Next up, really not moving too far away at all, we have Glory. And here's a Glory shot of Glory on the front and back cover. There's a little damage up top here. Probably my least favorite thing about Steelbooks is how kind of delicate they are. They look nice when they are pristine, but man, they get dented a little bit too easily. Here's the inside here, 4K Blu-ray. And now Glory with the J card is gonna go right in between God Bless America Glory and Glass. Next up, we're going down to the L's with La Femme Nikita, and dear Lord, is this Steelbook a stunner or what? I love the one-shots when they can pull off the same picture on the front and back cover. Just makes it look so nice on the back here. Just a 4K standalone release, a movie I have not seen yet, and I have really wanted to for a while now. And since this movie is LA and I go in alphabetical order, this is going right next to La La Land. It's going to start my L section and Kubo and the Two Strings. And there's Kong Skull Island. Man, small world, huh? Next up, we have a movie that I just watched for the first time this year and really fell in love with it. We have the 4K Steelbook for The Crow. This is the wide release version that you can get pretty much anywhere. Here's the front and back of the slip. And as you can see, the back of the slip was just translucent because here's the front and back of the Steelbook as well. I have the Walmart exclusive as well, but it's at the very bottom of this stack, so I'm not going to get to it until last. Here's the inside of the Crow. I think this Steelbook looks mighty nice. But what's an odd choice? I don't know if it's nice or not nice. This comes with a J card. You just don't see that with Steelbooks. It's a little wonky, if I do say so myself. I'm not complaining. It's just a little weird. This is going right next to Critters Attack and Crystal Lake Memories. If you've not watched this documentary and you're a Friday the 13th fan, highest recommendations from me. Next, we have a Steelbook that I found at Half Price Books. I want to say this was $10. Spies in Disguise. I thought the movie was just all right, but a $10 Steelbook and a $10 4K Steelbook, no less. I had to add it to the collection. There is no J card to put on this sucker, so I'm just going to snap it. And this is going to go at the very end of my Spider-Man collection. Should I make a video on all my Spider-Man Steelbooks? Because I got a bunch. Next, this is the first but not last time we are going to my boutique wall to look over Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I mean, come on. The artwork that Mexifunk did for this release is absolutely stunning. One of my favorite Steelbook releases of the year so far. My favorite B movie of all time. You just cannot not have fun when you're watching this movie. Absolutely love it. If you've not seen it and you are a big horror movie fan, highest recommendations. I have put it in this Malco protector. I like it so much. I want to keep it as pristine as possible. And I made a mistake. I thought this was an Arrow Video release because I had the Blu-ray of Killer Clowns on Arrow Video. It is not. It is a Scream Factory release going up to my Scream Factory section, which is very, very full. I had to put a couple titles up here to make this fit, but I will make any room for Killer Clowns in 4K in my collection. This is going right next to Humanoids from the Deep and Life Force. Next up, going back down to the non-boutique titles, I found this sucker for $5 in a Walmart bargain bin. How amazing is that? Moonfall, I've heard very mixed things about it. It's still sealed. I'm going to keep it sealed for right now, even though the Steelbook does look mighty, mighty nice. And in the collection, it goes right next to the Monsters, Inc. franchise and Morbius. Oh, God. Next up on the docket, we're continuing down here in the collection to put away Kickboxer. This sucker is another stunner. It's another Jean-Claude movie I have not seen yet. I know I need to get on the Jean-Claude bandwagon already. I just have not hopped on a board just yet. But this Steelbook looks mighty nice. It's a Lionsgate one. There's no slipcover, but there's still that first edition branding that they have on the spine. I'm hoping, there we go. I'm hoping you can see that. But right now, Kickboxer is going next to Kick-Ass, and once again, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We cannot escape this movie, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, you gorgeous. Let's go from a Lionsgate release that did not receive a slip to one that did with the Red 2-film collection. I have only seen the first Red. I thought it was a load of fun. Have not seen the second because I didn't hear a lot of good things about the second. But what I do like, and what I think is a very good thing, is having Blu-rays and 4Ks in this set and having them divided by this amazing divider that clicks into place. Just here, I'm gonna put it on the table. Listen to this. Ooh, that's so nice. My discs are nice and secure in there. Absolutely love it. And now with the slip cover all nice and securing the Steelbook, snug as a bug in a rug. We're gonna go up here to my R's, the Red collection. Red Sparrow, Red State. Are there any more Red movies that I'm not having and I'm missing? Next up, going back to this part of the collection to go over a movie that I need to give a second shot to, and that is Insidious. You know how sometimes you watch a movie and you're just not in the mood to watch a movie, but you're kind of forcing yourself to? That was Insidious. A whole bunch of friends came over and were loving this movie. I did not give it the time of day. I was also a little bit sleep deprived. I bought this Steelbook used on Whatnot. It only has the Blu-ray in here, but I just want the Steelbook and I just want to give the movie one more shot. I don't know if I need the 4K or if that's going to give me a better experience or not. This was like $7.50 on Whatnot. If you are not using Whatnot to buy physical media, you're missing out on great deals like this, because right now Insidious is going next to Inherent Vice and The Interview. Everyone, you are in luck. I get to do a Steelbook upgrade during this series. I have the Blu-ray for The Departed. I don't need this anymore. Let's kick that sucker right out of the way and go over this glorious Steelbook for The Departed. I love this movie so much. Cannot wait to see it in 4K. I kind of like how the rats are hidden on the Steelbook. You just kind of glimmer it in light just right. We got a nice shot of the main characters here on the inside. But let's put the J card back on this Steelbook to give it some sort of protection from scratches and put this masterpiece next to Defiance and The Descendants. When this movie first got announced for a Steelbook release, I was like, yay, I'm excited to have it in the collection, but then it only got a Blu-ray release, and I feel like that is such a shame, because Amelie would absolutely pop like crazy on 4K. This Steelbook though, man, it's kind of hard to be mad when the release that they put out is so gorgeous. If you've not seen Amelie, it's been since college since I've seen Amelie, but I still remember it. It holds a soft spot in my heart. Such a good movie. And right now, this good movie is getting slid right next to American Assassin and Ambulance. Oh dear God, I'm so sorry, Amelie. Now, you know how I said I wasn't gonna open up Steelbooks on this series? Here's my only dilemma on this. Friend of the channel, Jody from Steel Rays and 4Ks, was nice enough to gift me a copy of A Monster Calls from Plain Archive. I think the Steelbook looks mighty nice. I just don't know if I want to open it yet or not. I don't know if I want to do that on this video still. I'm still on the fence on it. I think this sucker looks so nice, and I actually have a different area that I put all of my premium Steelbooks. I put some up here, but I also put some in there. So because my collection is growing at a crazy speed, I decided to use this drawer over here just for premium Steelbooks. And I'm even hiding a couple back there, but here is a shelf of premiums and premiums. I kind of want to do a premium video here, and that's where I might save my A Monster Calls Steelbook. We shall see. But for right now, I'm putting A Monster Calls on its own shelf right here in the collection. If you want a video of me going over all my premiums, please let me know in the comments. I would like to make it. Oh, and Mad Balls. Mad Balls are great. Until I get more premiums, this is where my Mad Balls will stay. Remember when I said I'm running out of room? Well, I'm kind of like running, I'm making my collection more like a priority base. I love boutique labels, so I made a wall over here. And because of that, I have a little bit of overflow next to my daughter's like VHS children's collection. And over on this overflow, I have Rick and Morty, all of my seasons of Rick and Morty. Here is season 5. I still love Rick and Morty. In fact, I have season 5 already. So this is a dupe. I don't even need to put it away in the collection. I will need to sell it. I got this very, very cheap from a used video store. But yeah, now I have 2 copies of Rick and Morty season 5 on Blu-ray Steelbook. Should I do this as a giveaway? Let me know in the comments. But since we're over here by the boutique wall, we can't really like not put anything away while we're over here. Here's the Shout Select version of Dragonheart. Again, a movie that I didn't want to buy brand new because I'd never seen the movie before. But I found the Steelbook for fairly cheap, and it's a 4K. The 4K is hiding behind the Blu-ray, but I want to say it was like 15 bucks. For less than 20 bucks for a used Steelbook, I will pick it up any day of the week. This is going in my Shout Factory section of steels. Dragonheart, Fargo, Red Dawn, Slapshot, and then a whole bunch of Vestrons and more Vestrons, and it just continues to go on and on and on. All right, next up, we're over here in Flubberland, and we have Watchmen, the complete series. It still bums me out that there's no 4K of this show. If you have not seen this, highly recommend it. I like it more than the movie, but I don't hate the movie either. I just think this show is so phenomenal. It's going next to the movie in the collection if I can get it. There we go. And The Water Boy. That's a great double feature if I've ever seen it. Next up, we have a movie that I thought I was going to love, but I only ended up liking, and that is The Fall Guy. The thought that I thought I was going to love it is because the artwork, the marketing around this movie had me sold hook, line, and sinker. I love me my stunts. I mean, I took the Blu-ray out of here just because that imagery looks so good. It just feels like it's so many different types of movies, and it didn't really gel together for me, unfortunately. But now that the Fall Guy has its J card on it, it is sliding right in next to Fall and the Fanatic. Yikes. Next up, we have a movie that I have not seen yet, even though I have a Blu-ray Steelbook for it, and that is Captain Phillips. The only thing I know about this movie is I'm the captain now, said by this man over here. Other than that, I'm assuming the boat gets taken hostage and Tom Hanks has to save the day. Is that what happens? Am I pretty close? Let me know in the comments. But Captain Phillips, yes, I have the Blu-ray Steelbook right here. I love how simplistic that Blu-ray Steelbook is. But right now, Captain Phillips is next to Captain Phillips, which is next to Captain Underpants. We just recently put the Fall Guy away. Very close to it is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yes, round 2 of Disney Plus Steelbooks. I love the way the sucker looks. Probably my favorite out of the new batch that came out. It's in a protector, so I'm not going to get it out this time around, but there's a shot of the inside. Just the way that the front and back cover kind of make a nice one image. It looks very phenomenal. I made a whole video on this if you want to go check that one out. But right now, this sucker's going to go right next to Fall and Fall Guy and Face Off! If you've watched this channel for long enough, you know that I am a huge fan of this Steelbook release, American Psycho. Well, they did a reprint of it. I use the slipcover quite a lot, so I wanted to make sure that I had a safety backup. But there are actually some differences between the old Steelbook and this new Steelbook, which is kind of cool to see. Here's a picture with the slipcover on. If you want to see the differences, again, I made a YouTube video about it, so make sure you go and look. But American Psycho is going next to American Psycho, which is next to American Psycho. And it's also close to American Sniper. Skinnamarink-a-dinky-dink, skinnamarink-doo. I've kind of heard you're a little like poo, which is why I have not seen this yet. I did pick up the Steelbook because it was $20. I've just heard so many bad things about, like, oh, you're just staring at like static shots for minutes on end and naked Barbies. I see enough of those in my house as is. They're not scary in the least bit, but should I watch Skinamarink? Should I not? Let me know in the comments. Right now, it is going next to the Skulls trilogy and The Sitter. Not a lot of great movies. Is this a trifecta of not great movies? I don't know. I am not really the biggest fan of the movie The Meg, but this is my second Steelbook for The Meg because, oh my god, is this Steelbook an absolute stunner. Am I right, folks? I just love the way The Meg kind of sheens. This was only $22 on Walmart when it came out, which is very cool to see. Again, we got some inner tubes and some nice looking shark bite artwork on the disc. Right now, I'm going to put it in its slipcover. And again, like I said, it's going next to Meg and the Meg 2 right in the middle, make a Meg sandwich. Here's the other Meg Steelbook that I have. I like both of them. The artwork is great. I just wish the movies were a little bit better. There's the stack, looking a little less out of control. I'm down all the way at the ground to go over the O's. Here's Obi-Wan Kenobi, the complete series. Have not seen this series just yet. I've heard a lot of mixed things about it, if I am being honest, but I feel like the best way to watch it is on 4K. I heard that there's like a fan edit of this, which is like a hour-and-a-half film, 2-hour film, instead of the 6 episodes that we got here. Let me know if this is worth watching in the least bit, but Obi-Wan is going right next to Oblivion and Nymphomaniac. Ooh, Obi, you nasty. Up next, we have Edge of Tomorrow / Live, Die, Repeat. I will never call it by that name. It'll always be Edge of Tomorrow in my heart. I know that they're kind of working on making a sequel to this. If they do ever make it, the title is going to be Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat. Kind of cute. Still don't know if it's my thing entirely. Right now, Edge of Tomorrow is going next to the Blu-ray copy of Edge of Tomorrow. I think I like the 4K better. And Edge of 17, a movie that is phenomenal if you haven't seen it. The Evil Dead is one of my favorite horror franchises of all time, which is why it's kind of baffling to me that I have not seen the entire series of Ash vs. Evil Dead yet. I've only seen season 1. So here's Ash vs. Evil Dead, season 2. The Steelbook is very minimalistic, if I do say so, but this is a very cheapie for me to get. I want to say I got this on HamiltonBook.com, less than $10. I do remember that, but this sucker is going next to Assault on Precinct 13, the remake, and Arrival, the great original sci-fi film. Let me know if this is an unpopular opinion in the comments, but I think Dirty Dancing is very overrated. Not a big fan of this movie at all. It's just another Lionsgate Steelbook that I found in the $5 Walmart bargain bin. One that I did not have and a 4K. I had to pick it up, even though I think the movie is just all right. There is no first pressing in this one. Very interesting, Lionsgate. This is also the only time where I have found a slipcover cracked like this. Again, I don't think the bargain bins did a lot of good for these Steelbooks that got thrown in there. But $5 is $5. It's still going in the collection, right next to Dinner for Schmucks and Disconnect. One of these films is not like the other. That's the best one, and then that one's kind of bad, and this one's very overrated. Here is Dune. I hope you liked my musical rendition of that beautiful score. I think it's a very beautiful looking Steelbook. This is the second Steelbook I own for the original Dune. I love the nice little texture pops that are on the disc. That's a good shot of that. The sandworm is over there on the Blu-ray. Sandworm is also on the inside here. But right now, this copy of Dune is going next to Dune and Dune Chapter 2 or Part 2. Here's the Steelbook for 1, and I still need to get the Steelbook for Part 2. So fun fact about me, I love the Saw franchise. So when a new edition of the 4K came out on glorious Steelbook, I knew I had to pick it up, even though I already have the 4K. It doesn't bother me too much. I do like Saw X quite a bit. Definitely a top half of the Saw franchise for me, and just had to complete the franchise in Steelbook form. Looks mighty nice. But I didn't even show this Steelbook off. Silly me, I have to, because it's one of my favorite releases of the year so far. I think this face is quite stunning, and then all the body parts making the X is quite disturbing. And speaking of disturbing, that continues on the inside with the eyeballs as discs. It's just so nice. One of my favorite releases of the year so far, for sure. Probably will be at the end of the year too. Next up on the docket, we have Cocaine Bear in this very retro-inspired looking Steelbook that I do like. I love it when a Steelbook picks a art aesthetic and sticks with it and nails it. I think this looks great on the outside, but I really think the inside is where they really stuck the landing here. It looks like the inside of a pamphlet. On this side, there's the whole cast, but the discs are in the way. My favorite scene from the film is on the Blu-ray disc itself. I just think this release is very nice. So I am putting it next to another nice movie, Coco, which I have on Blu-ray and 4K, and CM Punk, which is great to see him back in the WWE, and this documentary is great if you have not seen it. Let's go back to Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. It's Andor, the complete first season. Again, I haven't seen this show yet either, but I've heard nothing but phenomenal things about it. I will catch it before season 2 comes out, because I definitely want to be in the conversation when that season does come out. I've done unboxings of this. Again, you can see it on the YouTube channel, but right now, this is going next to, very snug as a bug in a rug on this top section here, if I can get it in. There we go, very carefully. It's going next to Anchorman. Oh God, it's dropping. Anchorman 1 and 2 and Angel Heart. I gotta fix the situation. Okay, crisis averted. But now on to the next crisis. There's not a lot of room here. I think there might be room for 1 or 2 movies in my B before I have to move stuff around again. Here's Battlestar Galactica, the glow-in-the-dark edition. Very cool to see a new line of Steelbooks come out like this. The 4K, the Blu-ray, the Cyborg. I know what those things are called, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I've never seen anything Battlestar Galactica based in my life. But right now this is going next to Batman, trying to make sure this doesn't topple over like a ton of bricks either. Good, there we go. Batman way better. I'm assuming the Battlestar Galactica. Don't kill me, sci-fi fans, please. So while this is not the last Steelbook, I am making a new entry into my last category area here with the last Kumite, a Steelbook that has amazingness on the main front cover with all of that awesome embossing here. The rest of the Steelbook, honestly, not even worth showing off. Is this movie even worth watching? I am not sure, but it's going next to another Kung Fu classic with The Last Dragon and another Edgar Wright classic? Last Night in Soho, right? Classic? But what is a certified classic, depending on anybody you talk to, is Taxi Driver. Great looking Steelbook on this one as well. I love the matte finish on the front cover and the glossy finish on the back. I've never seen a release do that, and I'm kind of enthralled by the results for sure. We got the 4K, we got the Blu-ray, we got the Travis Bickle right here. This is going next to Team America and Tarzan. All of these kind of go together very well, believe it or not. Oddly enough, I like it. I have another upgrade to do to the collection, folks. Yay! Jungle Book, all the way down here. I like this movie quite a bit. The best Disney remake that they have ever done live action wise. This is Blu-ray though. Yuck! Get that out of here. And instead, give me the gorgeousness of this 4K Steelbook. I found this sucker at half price books for 15 bucks. I'll do that any day of the week. Yes, sirree. Very happy to add the 4K to the collection. And as you already saw, it is going next to the original animated classic and another classic with a bunch of animals in it. The next Steelbook I have to show off, we're gonna go to the B's, and that is Bob Marley, One Love. Have not seen this doc yet. I've heard pretty good things about it. Made a good amount of money at the box office as well, so also always love to see that. But let's close this sucker up and bring this next to a comedy classic and a Gen Z version of Clue. Next one we have up is another great Walmart $5 find in the bargain bin, Chaos Walking. This Steelbook looks absolutely gorgeous. Is the movie any good? I don't know. I really haven't heard great things about the movie, but it's got, you know, Daisy Ridley and it's got Tom Holland. It's a sci-fi flick. Is it good? Is it not? Let me know in the comments, please. But now that the slipcover is slipped on this sucker, this is going next to Chappie and Challengers. Weird bedfellows here as well. So remember earlier when we put away Moonfall? Well, we have another Moon title to put away, and that's another MCU classic with Moon Knight. I did enjoy this series a lot more than a lot of other people did. I really like the split personalities that was going on in here. Great looking Steelbook here as well. Again, going next to Moonfall and Morbius. Dang, who would have thought we would have said Morbius twice in this episode? The same day I found that Jungle Book remake live action Steelbook, I also found Mulan. And this sucker looks so beautiful with the watercolor aesthetics kind of sprinkled all the way throughout. This is a Disney remake that I have not seen, but I feel like this one would have a great chance of actually being great. So I am going to give it a shot. I'm putting this sucker next to Mud and The Mummy. Yes, that Tom Cruise remake is not in my collection. Who would have thought? Should not be in yours either. And not going too far away from Mulan, we have The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Let's slide this slipcover off here so we can kind of see the Steelbook in all of its glory. Very simplistic Steelbook to say the least. We open it up, it has a nice fun one shot, and I love the image they used for the disc on this sucker as well. But let's put the pin back in that Steelbook grenade. This sucker is going next to Miller's Crossing and Minions: The Rise of Gru, which is not that bad, and Miller's Crossing is amazing if you have not seen it. The last 5 titles I had, 3 of them were M, so let's just put the last M title away, shall we? With the gorgeousness that is Major League. The reason that I love this Steelbook so much is because it comes with freaking magnets. As you can see, they are all over this Steelbook. Absolutely love that. One of the magnets is on my outside freezer just because that's kind of a cool thing to have. It comes with the 4K. The voodoo doll is underneath that 4K disc. I don't know. The magnets make this release so much better than what it could have been without them. And now that the J card is secured back on the Steelbook, this sucker is going next to Mallrats and Magnolia. The second to last title is an S title, and one that I found very cheap for $4.99 when I was at the Comic-Con convention in Des Moines. I found Salt. I did not own Salt, so I thought, hey, why not buy a very cheap Steelbook? I don't even know anything about Salt, but it's got Angelina Jolie, and that can never be a bad thing. Salt is going next to San Andreas and Salem's Lot. And last but definitely not least, we have the Walmart exclusive 4K Steelbook version of The Crow. Out of the 2 Steelbooks, this is by far the one that I like the most, because I think Brandon Lee's face just pops off this Steelbook. I love having the Crow logo in fire on the back, and it has the exact same inside as what the other Steelbook had. But I do have to say, it is nice to have both versions of the Crow, and it is nice that they both have different images on the top, just so you can kind of know which one's which just from your shelf. And again, Crystal Lake Memories, if you haven't seen it, you should. I tried to put all of those movies away as quickly as I possibly could. Hopefully you enjoyed watching me put movies away in my collection. If you did, I have a lot more to put away. Maybe next time I'll put away more boutique labels. Maybe I'll put them away alphabetically. Who knows? I just have a lot more to put away over here. This stack always drives me nuts, and it's only going to get bigger, so I got to start putting them away. Thanks for watching. If you like this type of content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more coming your way, and until next time, I'll see ya. All right, time for the bonus round. You found the after credits scene. Congratulations to you talking about The Crow. Let me know what version of The Crow you like the better, the Walmart exclusive or the just standard 4K Steelbook. I think they both look great. Also, let me know your thoughts on the movie itself. The 4K transfer looks phenomenal. If you are a fan of The Crow, you should pick it up, put it in your collection. You will not be disappointed. Okay, bye!